And let's try to. I think at least my goal is to almost stay entirely in character for most of this, unless I have to like get a mechanic cleared up for me.
All right, that sounds good. So, who wants to take it away with the recap for a potential XP bonus?
I'll give it a go.
Didn't you do it last week?
I did it.
No, Borkvarrd did it last week.
Borkvarrd
could do it.
Okay. Go ahead, Mitch.
So, last week, we traveled forth from our resting spot, and we went to a large cave where we tracked the tracks to. As we entered the cave, we thought everything was a bit quiet. Me and Tyburn over there just kind of got a bit hairy, and before you know it, there was a giant spider on our asses. I got bound up into a spider like pancake, and SnowFox got stepped on. Snow, it's just Snow, isn't it? Not SnowFox fully for the name.
There you go.
Yeah,
it is on the screen.
Yeah, so yeah, and then we defeated the giant spider. And as we traveled further forth into the cave, we discovered that there was a breakthrough from the natural cave into what seemed like a tomb. As we entered the tomb a bit further, we discovered the missing girl and some undead skeletons. And then from then, we defeated the skeletons, rescued the girl, returned her home. Oh yeah, and there was this big ghosty woman who pointed at Tyburn for some reason that we're not sure of. But yes, we left off back at the it's like the lumber camp, and we were just about to set off to the mayor of the town and find out the next portion of our quest.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget that she pointed at Tyburn.
I said that, and I forgot to mention that Borkvarrd got very crispy.
Mm-hmm.
Very crispy.
Borkvarrd got flamed by a trap, and now he has a very legit fear of fire.
Oh yeah, Borkvarrd died twice.
Is that the original recipe Borkvarrd or extra crispy Borkvarrd?
That would be extra crispy Borkvarrd.
Definitely extra crispy.
All right,
you might want to complain to the manager though, because your box only came with one wing.
that was adequate, Midge. So you get 10 XP points.
Yay! Oh yeah.
Which, if I remember correctly, should put you at 130.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Let's pop out this character sheet.
All right. So last week, as was just reiterated, you were just setting off to head back to Dark Oak, where you were told that you could talk to the local reeve about the what was the reason you wanted to talk to the reeve again? Was
about
it just
the area, like what's going, like the informer, what's going on, and to see if he might know anything more.
Okay. All right. So you're all setting off now. There's no other business you'd like to take care of at the logging camp.
Not that we know of.
Exactly.
Well, Borkvarrd's good to move on.
All right. Well, it's still pretty early in the morning, and you set down the main path back to Dark Oak, and it doesn't take you long, maybe an hour, maybe max an hour, and you yes, Midge.
What?
You finally you're doing the
Coconut.
yeah, the coconut thing. You get after that traveling, you get to the outskirts of Dark Oak, where the town actually starts to coalesce as a town after passing random farms and fields, etc. Doesn't look like anything's really changed. Everybody's still kind of milling about. It's a normal day for them. So I guess, Kavara, you'd know where since you've lived here, you would know where the Reeves residence or primary place of work is. So Kavara leads you to more of a central part of town, where near the main square where a lot of the merchants and caravans, etc., lay down to sell their wares. And there's a small 2-story stone building that looks to be like an official kind of government building that sits off to the side of that square. And that is where the Reeve handles his work. He's the Reeve and town sheriff. It's kind of like a mixed job. So you are standing there. Are you specifically wanting to go and talk to him, or are you wanting to do anything else?
Well, you said it was an official-looking building, right?
Yeah.
Or is it just like a long line outside, being that's a government building, like a DMV or something?
No, it's an official building. There's actually it doesn't get many. It doesn't look like he sees many people. Like, I mean,
just go see him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take out my bottle of perfume, just put a dab there. You know.
Oh yeah, I've got a bottle of perfume.
Why are we trying to seduce him?
Well, he's an elf.
He's an official. You might want to present yourself a decent.
No, I'm saying that's why Midge, you'd have a perfume. I mean, you're an elf. Perfumed elf.
You're a bit of a dandy.
You know, prolonging the stereotype.
Oh.
All right, so we considering there's no official business we have to attend to in town, it seems, Borkvarrd's going to march up to the door and give it a sound knocking.
Well, you give it a sound knocking, and it creaks open. It does not seem like it was locked,
like it just
or latched.
Like it just
inside.
Like I pounded, and it just went.
Yes, straight away. We are all still level 1.
I'm just gonna very in a stylish way, just kind of slip past Borkvarrd into the.
Borkvarrd is unsettled. He feels like the door should have been latched, considering it's in a government residence.
Well, you see on the inside this kind of mixture of a building. Like, one side of it seems to be what you'd think of a local, town guard's office would be. Like, it has a small area for holding individuals and a desk. And on the other side, where somebody is sitting, there's a desk kind of by itself with some organizational drawers and shelves kind of lining it. And there's this kind of smallish gray-haired man looking hunched over a official-looking document with a quill and just writing things down. It does not seem to have noticed you.
Well, I'm just gonna stroll right up to him and start a conversation with him.
Just do the very British thing of coughing to announce we're here.
Oh, yeah.
Or Borkvarrd.
He has not. He's still doing what he was doing. He doesn't seem to have noticed you still.
Is there like a little ringer on the table? You know, like a ding.
No, it's just a table sitting there, and he's just writing. Stops writing for a second, looks over to a book, reads it for a second, then writes down.
I pull out my signal whistle, and I just fucking blow on that real hard.
Okay, then. Make everyone in the room deaf. Why don't you?
Hey, if there's not a bell, the best next thing is a whistle.
Well, after that goes for a good 2 or 3 seconds, he kind of looks up slightly and goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you."
So this guy might be a little hard of hearing.
Of course.
That's fine.
What can I do for you?
A lot of things.
What?
Tyburn, parchment, pen. We're not going to be able to talk to this guy.
How about I just try? I mouth it really wide and open. We're here to see the Reeve.
I'm the Reeve.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I feel like Kavar should have known that.
Well, I mean, not everyone gets to go see the.
He doesn't get
the
he doesn't
town
get out
leader.
much.
No shit.
We want to tell you about some undead that we found.
Some what?
Undead.
Zombies.
Undead.
And skeletons.
Ooh.
Who's dead?
Scary skeletons.
Who's dead?
Oh,
You're lumberjacks.
Jack? What?
Son of a bitch. Snow is very irritated with this man at this point. Very irritated.
Is there blank parchment on the desk?
Oh yeah, no, there's a lot of parchment on the
All right,
desk.
I'm gonna grab a little bit of parchment and start writing it out then.
Told you.
Found undead at the logging camp. Well, I'm not gonna use mine because mine is like holy script like parchment. It's like
blessed.
special shit. You don't just write notes on that shit.
I've got some paper.
As you're writing this down, you hear some creaking footsteps down a staircase to the side of the room, and a significantly younger-looking man stops down. And he goes, "Oh, hello. Are you here to see the Reeve?"
Indeed, we are.
We're seeing him now.
We're here to see the deaf man.
I'm his advisor. It'd
Mm.
probably be best if you spoke to me.
Mm.
Oh, it's fine. We're writing it down on parchment for him.
Borkvarrd dismisses the advisor with a wave of his hand and turns back to the actual Reeve.
Okay.
Well,
we just all ignore this guy. Okay.
I won't. I will explain to the advisor. Hey, yeah, we saw some undead up at near the logging camp. There was a cave and there was a tomb inside of it and everything. Exposition dump.
Okay. Has the cave been resealed or cleared completely?
Well, there wasn't anything there when we left.
Uh-huh. If I were to give you a map, would you be able to point out where it is?
Yeah.
I think we can, right?
Well,
It's to the north.
I mean, there'd be a check involved.
Good job, Borkvarrd.
I would love to roll this.
Well,
check.
I did the original tracking, so
Yeah, no,
I think
Midge
I should
did
be
get the
able to-
tracking, which I think would give you an advantage on a roll for navigation or
That sounds about right.
Be like an intelligence check.
or
or something.
it'd be like an intelligence check.
Just a flat intelligence.
Is there a navigation, or is it?
I'm getting 15 systems mixed up in my head. I have no idea.
There's
So
nature.
if there isn't a navigation check, then it's an intelligence check.
What?
I did a flat intelligence check. This.
Why didn't you just click on your character thingy?
Yeah, remember, your character sheet can pop out.
Nope.
And you can have it on the other
I can't remember.
screen. Yeah, you get,
How do you
I
roll?
don't know. I have never seen a map in my life.
Mitch, you get somewhat near there. Like, I mean, you
Far can't find his house.
think it could be off by a mile or two, but it's you give like kind of like a
Mile or
circular
two.
area.
Do I get it more specific?
No, I mean you're around that same thing because you did not do the original tracking, so you're kind of like there.
Lost in the woods.
There.
What about Tybin? Tybin gonna try? Surely he's got high intelligence.
Well, the rest of us failed the tracking, so we wouldn't know.
he was following the bard.
So
Oh,
he doesn't know. He doesn't know shit. Okay. Well, he presents a small, like, kind of local map, like a municipal map that kind of shows the owned area of this land. You give kind of like a general area. You put it in a circle, so it's anything. It's around in that circle. And
Meanwhile,
he looks.
Borkvarrd's screaming in the Reeve's face. Logging camp!
Dead guys.
Well, I don't care if you're dead.
Just a little moist, I'm okay.
So that conversation's going on over there.
So what's the advisor's name?
The advisor's name
Was not given.
Advisor make advice
is
face.
Edmund
All right, well, Edmund.
Swords.
Swords.
Swords, yes.
Like swords, but swords.
Yes. There's
All
an
right.
O. Swords.
All right, so then introductions around then. I'm Tyburn. There's Kavara, Artlox, Borkvarrd, and Snow.
I've seen Kavara, or I know of her. So glad to see one of our locals is taking part in the pacification of evil as it were.
Well, speaking of pacification of evil, has there been any other issue with the undead in this area?
Actually, no. We've, well, as far as we know, there hasn't been. I'm assuming, or I'm going to chalk up the missing persons to the undead to the north, which you said you have taken care of the source. I'm assuming.
As far as we're aware.
I'm not sure if we
Probably
took
not the
care of the source, but we took care of the minions.
We've got the northern areas.
Because we've had 20 missing persons in the last 4 months.
knock off 8 of them.
Can I take a roll to estimate how many we think we killed?
Sure.
Because I
That'd
don't think
be
any,
an intelligence check.
I don't think any of us were actually counting. So
I'm just gonna not even gonna roll. I'm just gonna say
Oh.
it. We killed like 8 of them, I think. Maybe
You got a good Borkvarrd. You think you got a good
3,000.
30 of them.
30 of your 20 missing people. are
I
dead.
personally slew at least 30 undead.
Var, you think you killed closer to 8 to 10, though. At least 4 of those were skeletons, and you don't think those were locals.
We're wearing old garb, old armor from the old ones.
Well, if you think you took out the base or their lair, I'm sure what few guardsmen we have on staff can patrol the woods for a couple of weeks, clearing them out.
Watch out for crazy necro lady.
Oh, yeah.
We forgot to mention about that.
There was a floating bit of a taunt.
Definitely watch out for. Tell your men if they see a floating woman in the forest, run.
Run.
Well, here's where the problem comes in. I don't think I'll be able to provide a stable patrol, anti-undead patrol, kind of like just trying to think of what to call it, to the north until we take care of other situations that are currently hindering Dark Oak.
What ails the town, Fred?
Hindering?
Do tell, but it will be at a price.
Nothing hinders the Godslayer.
Well,
Takes a step
Yes.
away from a torch.
close to about 4 months ago as well, we had 2 other situations sprout up. To the south, bandit group took over one of the unmanned forts, the old imperial forts. Seem to have taken it for themselves. We were refurbishing it into a trading post for hunters and trappers for fur trading, but they drove out the inhabitants and the guards we had there and have taken it for themselves and are starting to request or requisition gold for protection from our southern farms.
So do you want them alive or dead?
Well, we also have one other situation. To the east, it seems an orc band has taken up residence in the hills.
Wow.
New Empire likes to say that they're remanning the reservation border, but they always get through. We don't know how many there are, but they've started attacking smaller caravans, which seems to indicate that they're getting used to the area and striking out.
Borkvarrd's never slew an orc before.
Totally up for orc. Sounds more interesting than bandits.
In your professional opinion, which one would you think would be or which one is more bothersome to you at the moment?
Both are equally bothersome, but,
Which would free up the most men?
well, technically the orc is a North Pass problem. They're only affecting our trade going that way. So I'd be all right with leaving it for a while. The bandits, on the other hand, are starting to threaten our security to the south. And I have on good authority that some of the dastardly rakes have taken up residence within the town and are starting to accrue a reputation and power within the town.
As in Dark Oak right now.
Yes.
I turned to Artlocks and I mentioned to him that we should maybe take out the guys in the town first, like whatever hangouts they have here.
Why don't we try and set a trap for them? Maybe like a meet, like a recruitment meet. I mean, you'd just have a few people slightly dastardly enough to pose as potential candidates for joining them, and we could draw them out into the open.
Oh, I could more than fit in with them.
Borkvarrd edges
you
Artlocks in the ribs with the raised eyebrow. Have you made the 12 with an orc yet?
Not yet. Almost, but not yet.
That was a long time.
I've got sharp tusks.
Sounds like a tale for another day.
Oh, and the advisor recognizes Artlock. Are you one of the minstrels from the show?
And you didn't recognize me?
Well,
Dude,
yes,
shame,
I am.
man.
Roll for insulted.
Well, I just wanted to inform you that the majority of the materials and items that were left to the campsite to the east of town have been impounded. We have taken them.
Requisitioned.
We have, as they were no longer owned, and no one has produced the bill of ownership for the actual name. We have sent out a messenger to the nearest individual who would, the late owner's wife.
Wait. Was the late owner confirmed dead then?
Well, you said he was missing and you found undead, so we're assuming he's somewhere in the forest lurking around, killing things.
Well, surely can't it stay in impoundment until that's confirmed?
I mean,
Well-
like, maybe it should go down to the actual leftover group of the not-so-great life afters.
The leftover group is
Artlock
two
and
individuals.
But we make a great show. You know, you want us to show you? We can really knock your socks off, actually.
I'd rather not.
Borkvarrd whispers in his dwarf voice to Artlocks and Snow, well, it's a good thing you requisitioned those horses before the rest was impounded.
Point of interest,
Before
does
he-
anybody else speak Dwarvish besides me?
No, infernal.
So just Borkvarrd and Tom.
I speak demon tongue with Midge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we speak,
Does anyone,
Snow speaks devil. Because that's
I
good.
speak Elvish, Common, and Human. Is it?
Common is human.
Yeah.
yeah.
You say all this
Elvish,
stuff over
common,
to
and
them, but
double.
I'm the only one who actually understands what you're saying.
Does anyone else speak Draconic?
No.
Good.
Because we're not dragons.
I mean, it's like getting insulted.
Racist.
You've missed about 20 minutes, that guy. We've just returned to the town, and we are talking to the town sheriff, is the easiest way to explain it.
You see here, though, Mr. Advisor. You know what? Arlocks, just pull out the loot. We're going to do it. Fuck it. We're going to show him the amazing duo that we are. In fact, I believe you have a new song.
Oh, L-U-T-E. Jesus
not
Christ.
finished.
I thought you meant L-O-O-T. I was like, you're just going to show him all the stuff you stole?
I think I'm just going to take a quick detour to the tavern if you people don't mind.
Can we please make a performance check now?
No.
With me adding special effects upon his song. This
No,
is important to
you
us. No, 1 second.
It didn't affect him very much.
That much.
That was pointless.
I was making the ground tremor on the great points and the lights flicker.
He's taken
just-
back for a split second, and then he says, "Well, it's no matter what, it's still kind of late. We already sent the messenger, so
Fair enough.
Send a pigeon.
Snow will just have to come
damn it.
across this after the quest.
It's all right. I'm really good
I'm
at
willing
making
to-
documents.
If you're willing to help, I'm willing to temporarily hire you as guardsman or watchman for the village and pay you the average pay of a watchman for the time that you take to take care of this situation.
Standard pay of a watchman. The GodSlayer demands double pay.
Contemplate
Can
this for
your
a second.
watchman kill a zombie?
Well, yes, actually.
I feel like I should.
Yes.
I feel like I should roll for double pay. That'd be
Roll
persuasion.
Persuasion
Intimidation
roll.
check.
Yeah, persuasion. Go ahead.
Or intimidation.
I'm willing to let you keep what you find.
Deal.
Okay, well,
It's okay.
is there any extra information you can give us?
Borkvarrd's very loud.
Some map headings, etc.
South.
Well, the
Leader names.
Well, we don't know who they are exactly. We just know that they're a bandit band that wandered through from the south. We assume they were part of that group from Shadowmoor that split off. But they moved up to this what was going to be a trading post.
Are we?
Took it over.
Are we looking
and
at
then-
this crumbling tower near the Ridgebacks?
Yeah.
Okay.
But then they took the trading post and started exerting wanting protection money from our southern farmers. That's all we know. And then recently I was told by one of my watchmen that he spotted some goings-ons that seem to have been caused by this group, as far as I know. We have a lead on one of them that
Oh,
may
tell
be
us
a
his name.
recruiter of some sort.
Yeah, tell us his name. That would be quite handy.
Well, we don't know his real name, but he calls himself Marcus Hadley.
Marcus
He
Headley.
works. He works to the south of the village,
Okay.
and
Does he have
we think-
a schedule? Does he like go to the local inn often, or does he just?
He has a small house to the south of town, just on the outside. Other than that, we don't know much about him. I haven't had the manpower to trail him.
Okay.
Well, thanks for the information. I turned to Tyburn, and since he's kind of like the de facto leader currently of the group, and I ask him, "What do you think about clearing out some bandits here?"
I think would be of great service to these people.
And I also mentioned to him that I'm quite good at being a mischief myself. Should we try infiltrating them? Since attacking a castle, even if it's ran down a little bit, seems like quite a daunting task.
Well, we'd have to find out what the castle looks like. Do we know how big the bandit group actually is?
No.
Uh,
They have no idea.
Well, you didn't ask specifically how big it was. They have an estimate. It's somewhere near 20 to 30 individuals spread across the group.
But so that we could pick off the recruiters one by one, I suppose, in town, just kill one, wait for another one to come in.
I was thinking, I'm very good at disguising myself and taking on personas. Maybe I can try to infiltrate them to open up the gates or open up something to get y'all guys in.
I have a spare disguise kit as well. Because I have my disguise self spell and I have a spare disguise kit. So three of us, once we have set up the meet and found a way in, we could three of us disguise ourselves, go in, and then the other two trail behind.
Query.
And then in the under night, we could try and sneak the other two in.
Yes, Borkvarrd?
The bandits don't know you and don't know what you look like. Why are we disguising ourselves?